Would you like to know the secret to becoming an extraordinary leader? Well, if you would, you're in luck because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 takeaways from this book right here, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Hey, how's it going? My name is Stearns. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another episode of Paradigm Shift. The purpose of this series is to bring you wisdom from my top personal development books of all time and break them down into 3 big ideas to help you challenge conventional wisdom and start to think outside of the box and live a more value-driven, purpose-driven lifestyle. The problem with traditional education is that in school, they teach us things that are interesting, but not very useful or practical for our lives. Maybe useful and practical for a job, but they never teach us things about how to lead a life of purpose, to be confident in life, to control our emotions, to become an entrepreneur, to be an excellent leader.
6.5 hours later.
Balancing a financial statement or actually how money works and how to become the best version of yourself. These things are never taught in traditional education. So that's why I was inspired by this idea of paradigm shift, so I can help you learn to think outside the box that society is trying to keep you in and start to think on your own terms and lead your life in a value-driven, more purpose-driven direction. So this is how the video is going to work. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 powerful paradigm shifting ideas that I got from this book right here, followed by 3 practical exercises and questions to help you implement these ideas into your life right now. And then at the end, I'm going to be giving you my personal review, things I liked and things I didn't like so much about this book. So stay tuned to the end. All right, guys. So the first mind shifting idea I want to share with you is this: your leadership ability determines your level of effectiveness. So in this book, John Maxwell gives the story of the McDonald's brothers and how they were able to successfully launch their business, a drive-in burger stand. It was successful because they were a genius in what they did, right? They were good at customer service. They had great kitchen organization, and it was so good that people in the local area wanted their systems. So they did their best to sell their systems and franchise their company, but it wasn't successful because they were great managers, but not great leaders. And that's where Ray Kroc comes into play. So Ray Kroc stumbled across these 2 brothers with this amazing business idea, but they were at a block, right? They had a lid on their leadership ability. They couldn't take it any further than what it was generating. No matter how hard these 2 brothers tried to franchise their business, they just couldn't make it work. He stumbled across these 2 brothers in their predicament and got together with them and created a vision together of the company. At that moment, they decided to team up and let Ray Kroc do his thing. See, Ray Kroc was a true business leader. He understood the principles of leadership and how to actually build a system of leaders, right? So he focused on hiring the brightest people, the best leaders that he could find. And he went all in on the vision. He literally sacrificed everything he had. He even took money out against his life insurance to pay key leaders that he hired, so to make sure that they would stay in the company. But finally, the big payoff came in 1961 when McDonald's finally had its big breakthrough. That year, they generated over $2.7 million in revenue. And at that moment, Ray Kroc knew he had built something amazing. So he used that money to buy the rights to McDonald's and then took it into becoming a global entity. So the big idea to take away from this story is this: no matter how great of an idea that you have, your idea will never outgrow your leadership ability. If you are personally trying to grow something right now, whether it be a business, some kind of group, some organization, maybe a nonprofit, and it seems to hit a certain lid, that may be a reflection of where you are personally in your leadership ability. So the best thing that you could do is do everything you can to increase your leadership lid, right? Because whenever your ability to lead increases, then your company or organization or movement that you are trying to create will grow with you. All right, so the second paradigm shifting idea I want to share with you is this: leaders add value to others by serving. So in this book, John Maxwell gives a story about Jim Sinegal, who was the founder of Costco. Jim Sinegal was able to create a very successful business by following this principle and focusing on serving others instead of serving himself. Jim Sinegal had a people-first mentality. He was very personable with people. If he made appointments, he would meet them in the lobby before actually meeting them in his office. He would make sure to always be on a first name basis. He was very friendly and kind. And actually, his salary as a CEO was amongst the lowest, bottom 10% of all companies similar to his at the time. So this was his secret formula to success. First, he focused on having a limited number of items, but selling those items at a high volume while maintaining a low cost for the items and spending no money on ads. But the main part of his formula was this: to treat his employees well. He actually paid his employees 42% higher than all rival companies. They also paid just a fraction of the national healthcare average. This resulted in the lowest turnover rate in history of companies at that time. So the big idea to take away from this point is this: leadership is not about how far we advance ourselves, but how far we can advance others. And a perfect example of that is Ray Kroc in the first story that I shared with you guys, and how he did everything he could to sacrifice his own personal being for the sake of his leaders in his company, so that they would come to work ready to go, happy, excited, and fulfilled by the work that they do. Hey, how's it going? I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If you are, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up and also comment below anything that's standing out to you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on that notification bell so you're notified anytime I release more awesome videos. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, so paradigm shifting idea number 3 that I want to share with you is this: only true leaders can give power to others. So in this book, John Maxwell talks about the story of Henry Ford, the rise and fall of Henry Ford. So Henry Ford created a very successful company, Ford Motors. He created a system that disrupted the automobile industry. And by 1914, Ford Motors was selling over 50% of all automobiles in America. But there was one problem. He was too in love with his Model T car. So in love that he didn't want to make changes. He didn't want to improve it. He didn't want to discuss tinkering, changing anything on it. So him being too in love with his Model T idea and wanting to have all the power and not allowing others to give a say or give ideas on how to improve it actually came back to bite him in the butt. Despite of the big industry lead that they had, Ford Motors stock dropped tremendously as rival companies began to pass them on the stock leaderboards. So you can see how Henry Ford's insecurity actually stunted the growth of his own company and took it into a downward spiral in the stock market. So the key lesson to learn from this point is this: you want to be able to identify leaders wherever you are, build them up, give them everything you got, give them the resources, hand over your authority to them, and give them more responsibilities and just let them loose. There's a powerful quote in the book that John Maxwell shares from Theodore Roosevelt, and it's this: the best executive is the one who has enough sense to pick good men to do what he wants done, and enough self-restraint to keep from interfering with him while they do it. So if you want to be a great leader, if you want your company, organization, or movement to continue to grow and not hit a downfall or a growth spurt, then you need to learn how to be able to hand over authority and not be controlled by your insecurities. All right, so now I want to share with you 3 powerful questions to ask yourself so you can make these 3 paradigm shifting ideas more practical and implement to your lives right now. The first question I want to share with you is this: what skill or ability or mindset are you lacking that is keeping you from taking your life or business to the next level? So you want to identify those specific skills, mindset issues that you need to develop and either improve it on your own or delegate it to someone else. Question number 2: what are some ways that you can begin to serve those that you lead right now? So when answering this question, you want to make sure that you are serving out of love, that you are serving out of a heart of service. Don't make it the service about what you're going to get out of it, but make it about what they are going to get out of it. Question number 3. How can you improve your self-worth so you can become self-confident enough to take risks on handing over your power and authority? So remember, just like Henry Ford, your insecurity may be your biggest downfall. So remember that only secure leaders can hand over power. So what are ways that you can become more secure so you can delegate all of your tasks and grow your movement, business, or company passively? All right, so I would like to wrap up this video by sharing with you my own personal review, my thoughts about this book, the good and the bad. So in all, I absolutely love this book. Specifically, what I like most about this book is the flow of the chapters. It's very easy to read. It's probably written at like a 3rd grade level. That's why I could understand it easily and I loved it. So every chapter is designed to start out with a story, a powerful story that's illustrating each point that each law is making, right? There's 21 laws in here. I shared with you guys 3 of them, 3 of the most powerful ones that I enjoyed. And each law starts out with the story. Then he goes on to share his personal experience that is compatible with the story. And then at the end, there are practical application exercises to help you implement each of these laws into your life right away. So along with this book, he made a companion workbook that also helps you put each law into practice right away. And this book is awesome if you're looking to start a book club because it's so practical. It has the extra workbook. There's so many questions to ask and discuss. But there's one thing that I didn't enjoy too much about this book, and that is how many laws that there are. I feel like some of the laws were a bit repetitive. Some of them could have been combined. Also, it felt like there were just made laws to make a specific book length, right? Maybe, I'm not sure, but it just seemed a bit repetitive. But in all, the book is fantastic. I love the book. I love how practical it is. I love John C. Maxwell's work. By the way, if you're interested in purchasing this book, you can support this channel by clicking the Amazon affiliate link in the description of this video. You can buy this workbook and also this book from the links in the description. You can buy the audio version of this book, the paperback version, or you can buy the Kindle version. And I would very much appreciate your support to this channel from purchasing the book from my affiliate link. Hey, thanks for sticking with me to the end of this video. I hope it was a blessing to you. Oh, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already to this channel so you're notified when I release another amazing video. Also, if you are wanting some help with clarifying your purpose in life, clarifying exactly how to live a value-driven life, I have created a course that will help you do so. And you can find the link to my course in the description of this video. So basically, through these 7 years of studying self-help material, this book, along with many other great self-help books, I have condensed all that information into one powerful course that I know will be a huge blessing for your life and will help you start to construct your life's blueprint and determine which life path is best for you. So if you're interested, look in the description for that link, and I'll see you guys in the next video.